A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Sports Tonight. It's a very beautiful Monday night, and we're here to present the first edition of Sports Tonight for the week. Of course, we're looking forward to plenty of excitement this week, and we will also, on the show tonight, be doing a lot of review of some of the major events that happened as well over the weekend. But we must start by saying thank you to you for joining us again. Relationship is starting all over again this week, and I'm sure it's going to be swell, it's going to be exciting, it's going to be fun all through this week. But before I go on into all that we have put together for you this Monday, let me just introduce to you those starting off the show with me tonight, and also use that opportunity to tell you that we have a full house. Our team is loaded. That you're in the starting 11 doesn't mean you're better than those in the reserve team, but then it's a winning team all the same. Let me start by introducing to you from my immediate right, Tunde Koiki, content specialist. My content specialist, my good friend, Tunde Koiki, works for Complete Sports. He's with us on Sports Tonight today. Good to have you on Sports Tonight this Monday.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
And of course, you know, I don't need to introduce that guy too much. The proverbial news editor of Sporting Life, Oyin Wochimachuko, is also on the show tonight. Oyin, a lot happened over the weekend, a lot, and we are hoping that a lot will also happen this week.
Yeah, you know, the Nations Cup reaching its crucial stages.
The real tournament is starting.
Yes, the boys being separated from the men, the Australian Open, you know, then obviously on a sad note, the death of Musa Abdullahi. So
we'll go into that in the next couple of minutes. And of course, we will also touch up on the pre-season tournament going on in Abuja. We'll talk about it. It's been an exciting tournament. We're waiting for the crowd to show up, but it's not taking anything away from the quality of football being played. And of course, as Oyin said, we'll take you to Australia. We will also stay in Australia for the Asian Cup because we're now down to the business end of the Asian Cup. All right. Later on the show, Toby Adepoju will be coming in. We'll be focusing on the league, the Globe Premier League. Teams are off-season. Teams are recruiting, teams are hiring and firing. Today, we'll be talking about Heartland of Owerri. They have announced a new coach. Who is the new man in charge? You will find out if you stay with us on Sports Tonight. Toby will also be talking to us about the Super Six, the results of today's games, and of course, he will be giving us a preview of what to expect on Wednesday. It's turning out to be one experiment that is working out well, in terms of how it is helping our teams to get ready for the different challenges ahead of them. Then towards the end of the show, Yemi Adebayo will come in and he will come to give us, the update around the Australian Open. It's no longer news that Roger Federer crashed out a long while ago, but what's the latest? Yemi will be here to provide all of that for us before we wrap up Sports Tonight this Monday. But gentlemen, I think we should start on a very sober note. Onye gave us the hint to all of that. We really have to start the show on a very sober note today, because over the weekend there were a lot of unpleasant happenings around football, particularly domestic football, and it was the loss, first of all, of former Golden Eaglet, former Olympic team, former assistant coach of the Super Eagles, former coach of Dolphins, Musa Abdullahi. This man, if you are looking for the definition of a hero, Onye, this is an epitome of heroism and commitment to Nigerian football. Musa Abdullahi passed on after close to 7 years of being bedridden. So sad.
yeah, Tony, you put it in the right perspective. I think I met him when he had that stroke in 2007. He came to Lafayette to watch one of his pupils, Kelechi Osunwa, play for Hilal against Nasarawa United, the CAF Champions League. And he had a speech impediment. He could not move part of his limbs at that time. So I saw him closely. And it was a real shock to me to hear that the man still died from that ailment. It shows that maybe somehow we abandon some of our heroes, and it shouldn't be. But on what he has achieved, you have said it very, very well. This is a man, as an assistant coach, he did well. followed his bosses.
1993, assistant coach of Faniamo when he won under 17.
Absolutely.
1996 Atlanta Olympics, one of the assistant coaches to Bonfrey.
Yeah.
Very hardworking.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why this guy was able to work with so many coaches was that you could leave him with the team.
Absolutely.
Very hardworking coach.
Then the climax of being a youth coach was in 2001 when he led the under-17 team to the final of the World Under-17 World Cup against France. Trinidad and Tobago. Then at the club level, he coached Dolphins from 2002 to 2005. In 2005, they played in the final of the CAF Confederations Cup against Royal Armed Forces of Morocco. Even though they lost, but Dolphins gave a good account of themselves. So I think
after that he went to South Africa.
Yeah,
I think it was in South Africa that he got.
I think he didn't get good support from the rest of Nigeria.
Although I know that the NFF, I mean the Aminu Megeri-led NFF were giving some support in some ways. The Kogi State government, I also remember because there was a report that we did on it when it was new, when this problem started with him. The Kogi State government also did something for him, took him to the US, gave him some treatment, but it never really got back. It never really got back to that shape. And, you know, at that stage, you could only manage it. It was a case of, will there be a permanent cure to that? It had become so bad, they could only manage it. And unfortunately, it's had to go.
He was buried according to Muslim rites yesterday.
Mm.
You know, so we just pray that the family will find somehow the fortitude to bear the loss.
It's a big loss, really. We pray that God will give his family the fortitude to bear the loss. And I'm short of words because this was one man who gave his all to Nigerian football. Once again, may the soul of Musa Abdullahi rest in peace. All right, let's. I mean, we've just talked about a coach now who has played his role and has gone. This news also came over the weekend of a young Nigerian. This was very devastating because this guy, his name is Peter Isheki-Igbe. I have not seen a more committed, a more passionate young man about the league. Rolling out statistics every week around the league. This guy just took it briefly, and the next story was that he's gone.
It's a really, really, really sad story. It just shows just how
Peter Isheki-Igbe, a.k.a. The Rock. He was more popular as The Rock on Twitter. Very, very popular on Twitter.
It just shows you how transient this life is and how we should begin to cherish those who are here right now because we never know just when they might leave. Like you rightly said, Peter Isheki-Igbe was very well known by those who follow the league very, very closely. He had a very keen eye for statistics.
If you wanted an
updated team list of wiki tourists.
If you wanted the top scorers, I mean, charts.
And he did this
up to date.
all on his own. No prompting. He was, I mean, you know,
I'm not sure he was getting paid for it.
No.
It was just his passion.
Look, Tony, I've seen the NSA, the National Security Agency of the United States of America, even the FCC in Nigeria here. There were people who are professional hackers or Yahoo boys and co. They were so good that
they would be employed.
They were employed.
Yeah.
They absorbed them. Look, you are so good. Teach us how you do this so that we can counter other people.
It comes to you naturally.
This man was not a stranger to those who watch the league. Ordinary in other circumstances, this man would have been a major part of the statistics departments of the league, constantly updating the teams.
If you wanted all the goals,
at a phone,
he will give it to you.
And you know, when these kind of people are not given recognition for despite their hard work, they get recognition in the hearts and minds of people like you and I.
Yeah, I knew along the way that sometimes those who are organizing the league gave him some kind of attention.
What kind of attention?
Information and everything. They also talked to him. Look, do you have any details about this? I knew there was some kind of attention that they gave to him. But this one, I mean...
Is that enough? For a man of his talents? For a man of his passion? Can we say the same people who are in the league now have the same amount of commitment and passion this man has?
Why we appreciate his passion? What we're doing here is not to maybe cast as passion to those...
No, we are not.
He's honoring this young man for his commitment, for his level of passion, and I mean, it's regrettable that he's passed on so early in his life. I mean, if you want to confirm what we're saying, you can still go onto his Twitter handle
and just check his timeline.
And check his timeline. It's all about Nigerian football. Statistics, facts, and figures. This guy will travel all around the country.
On his own.
watch games, get you the data, get you statistics, get you information about the league. Oh, was one passionate young man. One passionate young man. I mean, surely he will be missed. There's no doubt about it. He will be missed. And what a way to go. So sad, so sad. Well, let's, talking about heroes now, step up this time and talk about the story that you broke about a couple of weeks ago, Wilfred Agbonebari. A lot has come out of it.